Put him in the wall!
Whoa, trouble!
How's it going, you hooligans? We have a simple discussion video today because I have an exam tomorrow and I don't necessarily have the time to play a lot of games, so this is a little bit quicker, but I still want to get something out to you guys, and it's something I do want to talk about because apparently it's carrying on. But yeah, I just have an exam tomorrow, so can't really play NASCAR Thunder yet. I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon supporters for always supporting the channel. Before we get started, we have 3 new ones. All right, we have TJ Arnold, Chase Matsko, and Chris182. Thank you guys so much for supporting Patreon, and you guys are always the best. You allow me to do this full time, so seriously, really appreciate it. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're going back to what NASCAR is all about, and it's rivalries. It's fun, all right? This is good. I like it. More Chase Elliott versus Kevin Harvick stuff. Yeah, this is always good for the sport, guys. I just want to say that. There's never a bad rivalry. There never is, unless, like, it carries too far and some bad things happen that shouldn't happen. But other than that, like, just within the sport, it's very good for the sake of the sport. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because there was some recent news from Jenna Fryer, who said that in her tweet, NASCAR had a call yesterday with all parties in the Harvick-Elliott feud and warned of serious consequences should it continue. I'm told NASCAR did all the talking on a call of at least 6 people. And I'm not surprised by some of the replies, because obviously one of the people in this is Chase Elliott, aka the most popular driver, aka the new Dale Jr., aka the golden boy, aka the former champion, or the reigning champion technically. So it's very simple, guys. Whenever Chase Elliott's involved in anything and something goes the benefit of his way, it's always he's the golden boy and yada yada yada. We go into conspiracy theories, whatever. But it's not about that. And for some reason, I see a ton of people thinking, oh, it's the golden boy. No, seriously, it has nothing to do with that at all. There's multiple factors in it, but there's one main factor. And let's go back actually to 2015. Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano. Matt Kenseth essentially had enough with Penske Racing, because if you guys remember back then, it wasn't just Joey Logano. Matt Kenseth in that Martinsville race had an issue with Brad Keselowski. That was one of the main reasons. He was sick of Penske, essentially. Obviously, Joey Logano wrecked him at Kansas when they were racing for a win. He did not like that. They had some issues at Talladega as well, and then Martinsville was the final straw for Kenseth, and then he just went into turn 1 and obliterated Logano, took him out of championship contention. Now, that wasn't the championship race, but with Kenseth obliterating Logano was the dominant car in that Martinsville race. If Gordon wasn't going to win it, it most likely wasn't. It was most likely going to be Logano, because Gordon could not really get to him. And well, Kenseth took care of that. He had a damaged car, and he just obliterated him.
And you're so loud and say, whoa, trouble!
That was the first real, big scenario that we saw where, okay, someone can just take someone out and take them out of championship contention. But we've never seen NASCAR's worst nightmare. And when it comes to Kevin Harvick retaliating and essentially NASCAR is just they're trying to cover their bases, because they know Kevin Harvick is probably a driver that doesn't necessarily care about consequences, and he kind of does his own thing. And so here's the one thing that hasn't happened yet is, let's hypothetically take this scenario. Chase Elliott makes the championship race, right? Because Harvick is not in the playoffs anymore. He makes the championship race, and Harvick takes him out. This is NASCAR's worst nightmare. It's never happened yet, all right? So since the one race thing has come up from 2014 on, there's never been a scenario where a driver has been intentionally taken out due to some sort of beef or some sort of rivalry with another driver while that driver is in the championship race. That's the biggest problem, because no matter what you say about NASCAR wanting entertainment and coming up with a format that prioritizes entertainment over fairness, it's still a sport. NASCAR is still a sanctioning body. They still want fairness and integrity, in a sense, to their racing product. They're just trying to put in as much entertainment as possible. So the main reason why NASCAR is holding a call with everyone involved in some Harvick and Elliott thing is because they don't want Chase Elliott to be taken out intentionally if he got into the championship race. It's not even like let's say Harvick would wreck him at Texas, right? It's not even necessarily that. They're trying to think ahead of time. If Harvick, you know, if Elliott makes the race and Harvick takes him out, then the whole event doesn't become about the championship. The whole event will become Kevin Harvick took out Chase Elliott in the championship race, costing them with a chance at a championship, yada, yada, yada. And that's NASCAR's worst nightmare because it easily shows the one flaw in their system, which is having a championship race. You can never determine a champion in one race. There's too many things that can happen that just make no sense. And their worst nightmare is intentional wrecking via the drivers, or I would say another one of their worst nightmares is all 4 drivers getting into a wreck, right? And then whoever has the least damage wins the championship. Like, all these scenarios can play out. What if the top 4 at Phoenix on a restart, they all, you know, the car on the bottom gets loose and all 4 of them get taken out, right? Then whoever has the least damage wins the championship. That would be awful, right? Right? That'd be terrible. What if while, you know, 2 drivers were fighting for a lead, one blew an engine, you know? And next thing you know, the other guy won the race because that guy blew an engine. You know, it's these types of things are just, that's not how you determine champions. I promise you NASCAR knows this. They know it, but they've gotten away with it. There hasn't been a championship race that has been too crazy. The craziest one I could think of is probably 2016 when Edwards and Logano got taken out on the restart. I don't remember exactly what happened, but yeah, they got taken out on the restart. And then Jimmy Johnson won the championship because it was just him and who was the other contender in that race? I don't even remember. But yeah, it has nothing to do with protecting a golden boy. It has nothing to do with the situation a lot of fans are bringing up is boys have at it, right? Because NASCAR, well, this was over a decade ago now, but they essentially made a rule where it's like, boys have at it. And then they kind of went back on it because they realized, that's probably not the right thing to do. It's too much. They try to allow the drivers to express themselves, but they don't want their championship race being in jeopardy of having integrity issues, and all that. That's the reason. That's the reason why they're having this call. There's no other reason. It's not because they think Kevin Harvick's a hothead and he's going to do something stupid. It's not because they think Chase Elliott, for some weird reason, is going to, you know, risk his championship chances and just go wreck Harvick for no reason at Martinsville, Texas, or Kansas. That's not going to happen. They're just trying to protect the possibility of their championship race being hurt. That's what they don't want. And because there's a lot of money that goes into that race. There's a lot. It's the championship race. It's the biggest race of the season. That they set it up that way. So that's it. I mean, if you guys want to comment below and give me another reason as to why, if you think I'm wrong, if there is another reason, do you think the conspiracy theory is true? Do you think Chase Elliott is a golden boy and that they just, you know, the reason why they had this call? Because I don't remember NASCAR, you know, this could be a makeup for calling them to the NASCAR hauler. You know, when there would be problems on track, remember the Kenseth and Logano one, they were called to the NASCAR hauler. I don't think Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott were called to the NASCAR hauler. So was this call just essentially a mobile version of the NASCAR hauler calling? You know, that's essentially what this could have been. Just say, hey guys, we didn't call you to the NASCAR hauler, but you two have been having a little bit of an issue, and we just wanted to settle this real quick. And yeah, you know, that it could just be as simple as that. Maybe I am wrong, and maybe it's just as simple as we didn't call you to the NASCAR hauler, so we're going to do this over mobile. Like, it's that simple. So there's nothing to do about it. Please do not worry about this golden boy conspiracy. Trust me, if there was golden boy conspiracies, Dale Jr. would be a 3-time champion, and Danica Patrick would have won a race, and what else would have happened? I don't know. Bubba Wallace would have won a race way earlier than Talladega. I mean, these things don't exist, guys. These things of, like, rigging races, and why am I even talking about this? You guys know. You guys who are smart enough to know this isn't a thing. Okay, so yeah, it's just that's all that is. Okay, so I have to go study. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick video. Comment down below what you think about this situation. To be honest, I like rivalries. You know, I wouldn't mind Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott getting into another run-in. You know, like racing hard. I wouldn't mind it. You know. it's fun. It's fun, but yeah, you don't want it in the championship race. Maybe over the course of the next 4 races, another rivalry ensues. You know, what if Ryan Blaney is leading, right? And then Joey Logano. Wait, no, they're teammates. Hold on. Well, I gotta pick Joey Logano because I feel like Joey Logano would be the most common rival. Let's say Joey Logano and I don't know, Kyle Busch. Let's say Kyle Busch is running really well, and then Joey Logano gets into him in Martinsville, right? And they have a spat after the race, and Logano advances because he won Martinsville, and Kyle Busch, who was leading, got wrecked, and his championship chances are now over. And then they go to Phoenix. And then Kyle Busch has one intention at Phoenix. He's like, I'm not gonna let Joey Logano win this race. And then NASCAR has to step in there and be like, please, Kyle Busch, don't do anything. And yeah, that would be great. More rivalries. Come on, more rivalries, more arguments. That's what the sport's built on. Okay, I'm gonna end this, guys. I have to go study. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. We are, I think, 900 subs away from 60,000. So let's try to get there. Come on, guys. Come on. I will bring back NASCAR Thunder 2003 tomorrow. I promise. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.